How to survive a heart attack alone. After 60s, 7 life-saving tips every senior must know. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you had a heart attack and no one was there to help? Imagine you're at home alone and suddenly your chest starts to tighten. It's not a sharp pain like you see in the movies, but a deep pressure, almost like something heavy is sitting on your chest. You stop, thinking it's probably nothing. Maybe it's just indigestion or you slept wrong. But what if this is the first warning sign of a heart attack? How would you know? How can you tell if it's a heart attack or just some temporary discomfort that will pass? The truth is, heart attacks don't always come with dramatic, crushing pain in the chest. In fact, many heart attacks start with much more subtle symptoms, and that's what makes them so easy to ignore. But if you know what to look for, you can act quickly, and that could make all the difference. Now, imagine this. You're experiencing those symptoms, but you're alone. No one is there to help, no one to call. What would you do in that moment? Would you know how to protect yourself? The fear of facing a heart attack alone is a real concern for many seniors. But here's the good news. Even if you're alone, you can survive a heart attack if you know what to do. As we age, our bodies change and we become more susceptible to certain health issues like heart disease. For seniors, living alone can add an extra layer of fear and uncertainty when it comes to medical emergencies. Many older adults worry about facing a health crisis alone, with no one there to help. But here's the truth. You can still survive even if you're alone, if you know the right steps to take. Living alone doesn't mean you're helpless. It's a scary thought to imagine having a heart attack without someone there to help. But the reality is you have more control than you think. The key is knowing what to do and acting fast. Most people don't realize that recognizing the early signs of a heart attack and knowing how to respond can significantly improve your chances of survival. For many, heart attacks start suddenly and unexpectedly. They often begin with symptoms that don't align with the classic pain most people expect. Instead of sharp chest pain, you might feel a tightness, discomfort, or shortness of breath. This can easily be mistaken for something less serious, like indigestion or stress. But when it comes to heart attacks, every minute counts. The longer you wait, the more damage can be done to your heart muscle. That's why I'm here today, to teach you 7 simple life-saving steps that you can take if a heart attack strikes and you're alone. These steps are easy to follow, and you don't need any special medical training. You don't need fancy equipment or complicated instructions. All you need is a few minutes to learn what to do and the confidence to act when it matters the most. Heart attacks don't always come with dramatic symptoms. They often start with subtle signs that can be easily dismissed. But if you recognize them early and act quickly, you have a better chance of survival. Time is critical in this situation. If you wait too long, you might miss the opportunity to act before it's too late. I understand this might sound overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. By the end of this video, you'll feel confident knowing exactly what to do if you find yourself in this situation. These steps are simple, they're easy to remember, and they can make all the difference in an emergency. I know you might be thinking, what if I don't know what to do? What if I panic and can't act fast enough? That's a valid fear. But what if you could be confident in those moments? What if you had the tools and the steps to follow that would keep you calm and in control, even when you're alone? That's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do when you feel the first signs of a heart attack, from recognizing the symptoms to calling emergency services, taking aspirin, and positioning yourself in the safest way. These steps are simple, they're easy to do, and most importantly, they could save your life. It's normal to feel uneasy thinking about these things, but I want to assure you, the goal here is not to make you fearful, but to make you prepared. Heart attacks are scary, but they don't have to be a death sentence if you act quickly and correctly. If you know what to do, you can buy yourself valuable time until help arrives. You're not helpless in this situation. The steps I'm going to share today will give you the confidence, calm, and control you need to take action, whether you're alone or not. So let's get started with the first crucial step that could make all the difference when it comes to surviving a heart attack: recognizing the earliest warning signs. Recognizing the symptoms early is the key to acting fast, and in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what to look for, so you never have to guess again. The first step to surviving a heart attack when you're alone is recognizing the warning signs. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize they're having a heart attack until it's too late. Unlike what we see in movies, heart attacks don't always come with that dramatic, crushing pain in the chest. In fact, the symptoms can be much more subtle, and that's what makes them so easy to ignore. But if you know what to look for, you can act quickly, and that could make all the difference. Take Richard, for example. Richard was 74 years old, sitting at his kitchen table when he first felt something unusual. He described it as a strange tightness under his collarbone, almost like heartburn. But then he realized he couldn't take a full breath, and his hands began to sweat. Richard had heard that not all heart attacks start with the classic chest pain, so instead of brushing it off, he acted, and that decision may have saved his life. Heart attacks can begin with mild symptoms that seem completely unrelated to your heart, such as pressure in your chest, shortness of breath, or even pain radiating to the arm, neck, or jaw. What you need to watch out for is this feeling of pressure, a squeezing sensation in the center of your chest, or the sensation that something is sitting on your chest, making it hard to breathe. This could come and go, so don't mistake it for something like indigestion or stress. If the pressure lasts more than a few minutes or keeps returning, take it seriously. Pressure or tightness in the chest. If you feel a deep, uncomfortable pressure or squeezing sensation in your chest, this is one of the first and most important signs of a heart attack. It might feel like something is sitting on your chest or like your chest is being slowly filled with cement. This type of pain may not be sharp, but it can be persistent and uncomfortable. Shortness of breath. Even without chest pain, shortness of breath can be an early warning sign. You may feel winded, as though you've just walked up a steep hill, even if you haven't exerted yourself. Pay attention to this, especially if it comes with the chest discomfort. Pain in the arm, neck, jaw, or back. Some people experience pain radiating from their chest into their left arm, neck, or jaw. For others, the pain may be felt in the back, especially for older adults or women, where the pain may feel like pressure in the stomach or upper back. Other symptoms. Symptoms like dizziness, nausea, lightheadedness, or cold sweats are also common in heart attack cases. If you feel faint, nauseous, or break out into a cold sweat with no obvious explanation, it could be your body's warning signal. It's easy to overlook these symptoms. In fact, many people dismiss early heart attack signs as something less serious, like indigestion or anxiety. That's what happened to Joe, 72, who first noticed tightness in his chest while he was getting ready for bed. He thought it was just gas from the pasta he had for dinner. But when the discomfort didn't go away and he started sweating, he realized something was wrong. Instead of ignoring it, he took action and chewed an aspirin. His heart attack was quickly treated, and he's still alive today to tell the story. Your body often whispers to you before it screams. Heart attacks usually don't hit you like a bolt out of the blue. There are warning signs, sometimes subtle, that give you a window of opportunity to act. But if you wait too long to respond, you could miss your chance to take action. Once you recognize that something's wrong and that it could be a heart attack, the next step is to act quickly. This is where many people make the mistake of waiting to see if the symptoms go away. But this is a time-sensitive situation. The sooner you take action, the better your chances of survival. First things first, call emergency services immediately. Don't wait to see if the symptoms pass or if you feel better. Every minute counts when you're having a heart attack. The longer you wait, the more damage is done to your heart muscle. If you try to drive yourself to the hospital or wait for someone to come to your aid, you may not get the help you need in time. One of the most important things you can do is call 911 or your local emergency number immediately. The paramedics are trained to help you, and they'll be bringing the necessary equipment and medications to stabilize you while you're on your way to the hospital. But here's the catch. You don't need to be sure it's a heart attack to make the call. Even if you're uncertain, it's always better to be safe than sorry. The dispatcher on the other end will not be upset if it turns out to be something else. They would rather send help and find out it's not a heart attack than risk not getting to you in time. Think about Linda, 78. She felt a strange ache in her left shoulder and a wave of nausea. She thought she might be overreacting, but then she remembered something important. If you think you might be having a heart attack, call 911 first. Don't wait to confirm the diagnosis. She made the call, and by the time the paramedics arrived, her symptoms had worsened, but they were prepared. They stabilized her on the spot, and she made it to the hospital in time. While waiting for emergency help to arrive, it's essential to stay calm. I know it's easier said than done, especially when panic starts to set in. But keeping your nerves under control will help you think more clearly and take the next steps effectively. Take a deep breath, stay focused. This is the time to put what you've learned into action. Remember, you've got this. While you wait for help to arrive, one of the best things you can do is take an aspirin, but not just swallow it. Chew it slowly. This will allow the aspirin to be absorbed faster into your bloodstream and start thinning your blood to reduce the damage from any clot that could be blocking your heart's blood supply. Joe's story serves as a perfect example of why this is important. As soon as he felt that pressure in his chest, he remembered to chew an aspirin. When he got to the hospital, the doctors confirmed that this one action had prevented further damage to his heart muscle, buying him critical time. Recognizing the signs of a heart attack, calling emergency services, and taking aspirin are the first 3 critical steps. They don't require special medical knowledge, just the awareness and quick thinking to act when it counts the most. So if you feel those subtle signs creeping in, don't hesitate. Act fast and know that these small steps could save your life. Now that we've covered the early signs and the immediate steps to take, let's move on to the next step that could truly make a difference. Protecting your heart by positioning yourself properly and preparing your home for emergency responders. Once you've recognized the signs of a heart attack and called emergency services, there's one more simple yet crucial action that can make a significant difference in your chances of survival. Unlocking your door. It might sound like a small task, but it can save precious minutes when the paramedics arrive. Imagine this. The paramedics are rushing to get to you, but they're delayed because the door is locked. They might need to break it down, and every second counts when you're in the middle of a medical emergency. If you're physically able, unlocking the door lets the emergency responders enter quickly and start helping you without unnecessary delays. If you can't physically reach the door, don't worry. Just ensure that your home is as accessible as possible. Have a plan in place for these types of situations. For example, if you live in an apartment, consider installing a smart lock that can be accessed remotely by someone you trust. If you can't install a smart lock, leave a spare key in an easily accessible place that someone close to you can grab. These small preparations could save your life when every second matters. Take Paul, 76, for instance. When Paul started feeling the symptoms of a heart attack, he did everything right. He called 911, took aspirin, and rested. But he didn't stop there. Paul made sure to unlock his front door so that when the paramedics arrived, they didn't have to waste time breaking it down. By doing so, Paul helped the paramedics get to him 30 seconds faster. In an emergency, 30 seconds could make the difference between life and death. These small actions are crucial in situations where time is everything. Your phone can be an incredibly useful tool during an emergency, especially if you're alone. If you're in the middle of a heart attack, switch your phone to speaker mode. This simple action allows you to talk to the emergency dispatcher hands-free, which is especially important if you're struggling to breathe or feeling weak. Using a speakerphone ensures that the dispatcher can hear you clearly, even if you become too weak to speak. In addition, if you're unable to speak at all, the dispatcher can listen to your breathing, movements, and even your tone of voice. This provides them with crucial information about your condition, allowing them to prepare better for when they arrive. Another important feature is your medical ID on your phone. Many smartphones, such as iPhones, allow you to set up a medical ID that can be accessed even when the phone is locked. Your medical ID can store vital information like your age, allergies, current medications, and emergency contacts. If you're unconscious or unable to communicate, this ID can be a lifesaver, helping paramedics act quickly and appropriately. One of our viewers shared a powerful story about how her phone's medical ID helped save her life. She passed out just moments before the paramedics arrived, but because her phone had her medical ID set up, the paramedics immediately knew she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. This information helped them avoid giving her medication that could have worsened her condition. Additionally, they were able to contact her daughter using the emergency contact listed on her phone. This simple feature on your phone can save lives, so make sure to set it up before you need it. Another critical step in surviving a heart attack is slowing your breathing. When faced with a heart attack, panic can easily set in. Your chest tightens, your heart races, and your breathing becomes shallow. In these moments, it's easy to spiral into panic, but slowing your breath can help calm your mind and body. By focusing on your breath, you can lower your heart rate, reduce anxiety, and give your body the time it needs to stabilize while waiting for help. This technique won't cure the heart attack, but it will reduce the stress on your body and help you feel more in control. Here's how to do it. Inhale slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds. Hold for a moment, and then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this process several times. It helps to focus on the rhythm of your breath, which can ground you and help you remain calm. Frank, 83, was able to remember his breathing exercises during his heart attack. Despite feeling panicked, he focused on his breathing and stayed calm. By the time the paramedics arrived, his heart was still unstable, but it wasn't in full arrest. Frank credits his breathing technique with helping him survive long enough to get the treatment he needed. In those critical minutes, slowing down his breath made all the difference. One often overlooked but simple step is ensuring that your home is prepared for an emergency. If you live alone, it's especially important to have a plan in place for situations like a heart attack. This includes making sure emergency responders can get to your home quickly and without any obstacles. Consider installing a smart lock that can be controlled remotely, or at the very least, keep a spare key in an accessible location for someone you trust. Sank into her favorite chair and waited for the paramedics. She avoided making her condition worse by staying still, and as a result, she survived the heart attack. Surviving a heart attack alone is something no one should have to face, but with the right preparations, you can increase your chances of survival. It's about knowing what to do, staying calm, and acting quickly. Remember, even if you're alone, you have the tools and knowledge to make it through. By recognizing the signs, calling emergency services, taking aspirin, and making small adjustments to your environment, you can help yourself survive. You are not powerless, and you are never truly alone when you're prepared. Now that we've gone through the steps to survive a heart attack, I want to leave you with this. Don't wait for an emergency to prepare. The time to act is now. Set up your medical ID, keep aspirin within reach, and ensure your home is ready. Share this video with your loved ones so they too can be prepared. Together we can reduce the fear and uncertainty that come with aging, knowing we're ready for whatever life throws our way. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. It could save someone's life. Leave a comment below to let us know what you think and how you plan to prepare. Remember, you're never alone when you're prepared. Now that you've called for help, taken aspirin, and rested in a safe position, there's one more simple action you can take to improve your chances. Unlock your door. This might sound trivial, but it could save crucial minutes when the paramedics arrive. Imagine this. The paramedics are racing to get to you, but they're delayed because the door is locked. They might have to break in, and that takes valuable time. Time you can't afford to lose. If you're physically able, unlocking your door allows emergency responders to get to you faster without unnecessary delays. If you're not able to reach the door, that's okay. Just ensure that your home is as accessible as possible. Have a plan in place for these types of situations. For example, if you live in an apartment, consider installing a smart lock that can be accessed remotely by someone you trust. Or, if possible, leave a spare key in a safe, easily accessible place. These small preparations could save your life when every second counts. Take Paul, 76, for example. When his symptoms began, he called 911 and took his aspirin. But he didn't stop there. He made sure to unlock his front door so the paramedics wouldn't waste time breaking in. When the ambulance arrived, the paramedics said that Paul's action of unlocking the door helped them reach him 30 seconds faster, which could have been the difference between life and death. These small actions make a huge difference in emergencies. Your phone can be a powerful tool in an emergency, especially when you're alone. If you find yourself in the middle of a heart attack, switch your phone to speaker mode. This will allow you to talk to the emergency dispatcher hands-free, which is incredibly important, especially when you're struggling to breathe or feeling weak. Using speakerphone also ensures that the dispatcher can hear you more clearly even if you become too weak to speak. And if you're unable to speak at all, the dispatcher will be able to listen for signs of your condition in the background, your breathing, your movements, even your tone of voice. This gives the dispatcher critical information about your health status. Another feature you should use is the medical ID on your phone. Many smartphones, such as iPhones, allow you to set up a medical ID that can be accessed even from the lock screen. This medical ID contains vital information such as your age, any allergies you have, current medications, and your emergency contacts. This can be a lifesaver if you're unconscious or unable to communicate. Emergency responders can immediately access this information, saving precious time and ensuring you get the appropriate care. One of our viewers shared a powerful story about how her phone's medical ID helped paramedics save her life. She had passed out just moments before the paramedics arrived, but because her phone had her medical ID set up, the paramedics knew immediately that she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. This helped them avoid giving her something that could have made her condition worse. They were also able to call her daughter using the emergency contact listed on her phone. This is a simple step that can make all the difference, so make sure your medical ID is set up properly on your phone. Now let's talk about something simple yet powerful: your breathing. During a heart attack, panic can set in. Your chest feels tight, your breath is shallow, and your heart races. It's easy to spiral into panic, but there's a simple tool you can use to help calm your body and your mind: slow, controlled breathing. By slowing your breath, you can help your heart maintain a steady rhythm and prevent it from racing out of control. This doesn't cure the heart attack, but it can make a big difference in those critical moments. You can reduce anxiety, stabilize your blood pressure, and give your heart the best chance to hold steady while waiting for help to arrive. Here's how to do it. Inhale slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds. Hold for a moment, and then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Doing this will help calm your nervous system and prevent your heart rate from escalating further. Frank, 83, remembered this breathing technique during his heart attack. Despite feeling the panic set in, he focused on his breath and stayed calm. By the time the paramedics arrived, his heart was still unstable, but it wasn't in full arrest. He said that focusing on his breath helped him stay alive long enough for the paramedics to reach him. Another simple step that's easy to overlook is making sure your home is prepared for an emergency. If you live alone, it's especially important to have a plan in place for emergencies like heart attacks. This means ensuring that emergency responders can quickly access your home. Consider installing a smart lock or having a spare key in an accessible place. Let someone you trust know where you keep the spare key, just in case. And if you have a medical condition or you're taking medication, make sure your family members or close friends know where your medication is kept and how to help you in an emergency. These are small, thoughtful preparations that don't take much time to implement, but could save you precious minutes in a life or death situation. Alice, 81, had a heart attack while doing the dishes. Her first instinct was to continue working, but then she remembered something her doctor had told her. If you think it's your heart, stop everything, sit down, and stay still. Alice listened to her doctor's advice, sank into her favorite chair, and waited for the paramedics. She avoided making her condition worse by staying still, and as a result, she survived the heart attack. Surviving a heart attack alone is something no one should have to face, but if you are prepared, you can increase your chances of survival. It's about knowing what to do, staying calm, and acting quickly. Remember, even if you're alone, you have the tools and the knowledge to make it through. By recognizing the signs, calling emergency services, taking aspirin, and making small changes to your environment, you can help yourself survive. You are not powerless, and you are never truly alone when you're prepared. Now that we've gone through the steps to survive a heart attack, I want to leave you with this. Don't wait for an emergency to prepare. The time to act is now. Set up your medical ID, keep aspirin within reach, and ensure your home is ready. Share this video with your loved ones so they too can be prepared. Together, we can reduce the fear and uncertainty that come with aging, knowing we're ready for whatever life throws our way. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. It could save someone's life. Leave a comment below to let us know what you think and how you plan to prepare. Remember, you're never alone when you're prepared.